Hey, good morning, everybody. It's the 15th of September, halfway through the month. Wow. I usually do some letters video, letters video there in the afternoon, and I just didn't do it yesterday. I did a afternoon video, but no letters, so let's do some letters this morning. Pam Byers says, Unstoppable Morgan is old news. She's living the life she's comfortable in. Anyway, why don't you promote Wonderhussy, who actually has good footage, respects the places she goes, and gives history, and doesn't have to wear the same spaghetti strap top on about every video? We do cover Wonderhussy. I do cover Wonderhussy. I do think she's a wonderful channel. Again, one of the things that helps on my channel, get me some views and whatever, is when you have some drama on your channel. And Wonderhussy does have drama now and then, but it's, she's basically, she does exploration-y stuff. I'd like to see more on her new house there and fixing that up there in Death Valley. And then, but Morgan, is the drama queen on YouTube. I mean, she truly is. Now, she hasn't been posting much lately, and we hear that she's still in Memphis, and she did buy a truck. I think she still has the Bronco, which had some brake problems. But, I don't know. Right now, we're not covering too much Unstoppable Morgan. I think, and I do get that from a lot of folks when I do cover Morgan. Everyone goes, "Oh, you've covered her so much. Why do you keep covering her?" Mike Wendorf says, this is really sad. Campers are essentially made of plastic. Make sure everything works. Have fire extinguishers. Sorry for the loss of the family's life. Yeah, we were reporting on a very tragic story yesterday up in Canada, Nova Scotia. A family of 6 killed in a camper fire. Again, we hear a lot of things about, especially now. Now, we can't make any judgments about what kind of camper the family was in, because it could have been an old camper, who knows what. But yeah, first off, there's a number of things that can cause fire in a camper, including your propane stuff, so be real careful with that. The propane heaters, propane refrigerators, there's propane, the propane tubing, the lines can get broken as you hit bumps and stuff, so be really careful about that. Various heaters, there's a lot of things that can cause a fire. Be very, very careful in a camper. And the other thing is, yes, plastic. Plastic is very toxic when it burns. And if you got a fire, that can be what gets you, the toxic plastic burning. Frank Bullitt said RVs are dangerous, especially if it's one that had the propane fridge still caught on fire. There was a recall, apparently, a recall of a bunch of propane fridges. Always have an emergency exit. Then know how to use them. If you're sleeping in the back and the fire is at the door area, have a plan. If leaving pets in an RV, you have a Bluetooth smoke heat / carbon monoxide alarm to alert your phone. I even get a neighbor's phone number and leave the door unlocked if pets are left inside. A lot of comments on Gabby Potito here. I don't want to read them all, but we got a ton of them. Darlene, and this is very common. Darlene McHenry says, I don't understand why everyone isn't camped out on her boyfriend's doorstep demanding answers. Again, Gabby was just disappeared. She was camping with her boyfriend there in the Wyoming area, Grand Tetons, near Yellowstone, a couple weeks ago, and then apparently she just disappeared, and then he took the van they were using for their YouTube channel and just drove back to Florida where he lives, and that's that. And then there have been reports that he's not talking to police, but there was a report yesterday saying that his lawyer did release a statement to the press and the police, basically saying that everybody hopes they find Gabby in good stead, and she can be returned to her boyfriend. I don't know. That's what basically the statement said. And again, if she goes missing, maybe walks into the woods and doesn't come back or whatever, you think you'd call the cops, out there in Wyoming and say, hey, my girlfriend went missing. Here's her description. Can you help me find her? But no, he didn't. I don't know, man. I was talking about the Hershey Park. It's not Hershey Park, but it's Hershey, Pennsylvania. Big RV show they have every year there. And how it looked like there was nobody there when Matt's RV Reviews was there. Taylor Rose says that Hershey RV show, people like Matt go in before the public is let in, save for Traveling Robert. He also did some videos on that too. Check it out. You get a press badge, right? Okay, and they give you a special, pre-show walk around, and you can go talk and do stuff like that. So yeah, so you're not going to see a lot of people there, but yeah. I don't know. Be interesting. If you're at the Hershey RV show, give us your impressions. Is there a good crowd there this year? Or are people just kind of tired of camping and ready to get on with life this winter, which is coming. Which is coming. KCADV, that 7-person is still working on that truck? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, good Lord, the truck is taking up so much of his life, right? I mean, really. Maybe he's doing it because he's getting some views on it. I don't know. But, I mean, what was it? A couple months ago, the truck got stolen. They recovered the truck. Normally, I think they just total the truck, give you the money. He did a GoFundMe, combine the money, buy a new truck, and get on your business. Get on your way. But he's, it's going to, he said it's going to be a long slog to get all the parts for the cab and, I don't know, man. And then you've got a vehicle with a dinged title, so to speak, and you're not going to be able to sell it for anything. I don't know, man. I don't know. Again, a lot of questions with 7. And then he looks like he's just permanently there in Denver. I think he has a girlfriend there, or a friend who's a girl that he hangs out with. So I don't know. Flo R says Chrome has nothing to do. He's just going round and round. Flo, Van City Van Life, I think is very common of a lot of the nomads we're seeing right now. It has partly to do with the pandemic, I think, because people are just a little wary of traveling long distances. It has also something to do with the fact that, some of these YouTube channels, I mean, what can you say? After you've done a YouTube channel on nomadic life for a couple of years, you run out of content. I mean, it's like, a writer would run out of content, I mean, you write so many books, you kind of are rehashing the same thing over and over again. And Chrome, I've always liked Chrome. I think he does a nice job with his videos, but yeah, he's he kind of stays in the same area and does the same things over and over again. And then we see that, how to stealth camp video for like the 10th time, a different remake of it, and going to do the same touristy stuff and going to see the same beautiful scenic views there in British Columbia, and and then doing the van builds over and over and over again, the never-ending van builds. Yeah, I don't know. Some of these nomads, and we've seen other nomads do the same thing, where they just circle Arizona endlessly, the same 5 or 6 places, and, again, if you look at your analytics and people are still watching, there's still an audience there, and people are still enjoying your channel, and maybe they're just watching because of your dog, or because you're oddly compelling, or something like that, but you just bail out on these channels like, okay, that again. That's the problem I do see being a critic of some of these channels, because I do watch a lot of stuff, and you just see the same things over and over and over. Got a lot of people talking about that family there. Where was that? Near Yosemite there in the Sierra Mountains of California, that literally all passed away. They were camping by a lake. The mother, father, the kid, a child, very small child, and a dog. They all were just gone, so to speak, passed away. Everybody's trying to wonder, could it have been algae from the pond? Could it have been gas that came out of the pond and it was toxic? Could it have been, I don't know, something suspicious? Tasmad says he's an expert in forestry stuff. He's used to do that. The family where the dog died in the outdoors could have been a lightning strike instead of algae in the water, which is very possible. A very close lightning strike But again, wouldn't there be evidence of a lightning strike nearby that close that people would have, that could have, you would think you'd see a burned out tree or some sort of evidence of a lightning strike, that if it was very close to where the family was. But it is very sad, and so far we haven't heard any significant cause of what happened there. Very good video yesterday about bad parenting in campgrounds and how sometimes kids run amok. Confabulous Cruiser's Creative Confabulation says kids sometimes misbehave, and that's pretty normal, even with good parents. However, bad parenting is everywhere, and campgrounds are no exception. I try to avoid the crotch demons who are easily spotted because the parents are usually just as bad as the kids. We left a campground because of them. It's nice to be able to just leave. Thankfully, I've only had to speak to a parent once. It's because their child destroyed some of our property. The parents were good parents. The kids were just playing and made a bad choice. The parents took care of one of the, whatever. Didn't we have a video? I think it was Kevin, Camper Van Kevin, a year or two ago, where he was at a campground or camping out with some folks, and some little kid had a BB gun. Little boy had a BB gun and was firing it around, and literally the BB went right past Kevin's, zinged right past him. Woo! Like that. Oh my God, that was really scary. And yeah, he, I think, had some words with the little boy's mother. You live in a very common problem if you live in the sticks and bricks. The neighbors have kids and they go riding around on their motorbikes and they go, we used to get the, you get the, baseball in the wind, smashing your window thing. The kids are playing ball in the street and the ball comes and smashes your window. I mean, that happens all the time. The BB guns, I remember when we were, living in a neighborhood, you'd get your window shot out with a BB gun because some kid down the street was using his backyard as target practice, which faced on your backyard. Yeah, anyway. Danny Lee Ingram, did your video get cut off at the end? No, I just end it. Sometimes I do that. I just end the video. Suddenly end the video. Like now.